unfamiliar path with a pulse of its own.
3, 2, 1. Final Encountercast. Some kind of witty slogan or tagline that would go here with your hosts, Nate, Robbie, Chris, Nika, and Callie. FinalEncountercast.com.
Ready? Get set? Go! Go!
Welcome to the Final Encountercast, Limit Break Radio's general gaming talk show. Of course, brought to you by our wonderful, supportive Patreons at patreon.com/limitbreakradio. My name's Nate. Thank you very much for joining us today. We are not doing a full episode of the Final Encountercast, but we are doing our first in a series called the Mini Encountercast. Now, let me explain. Here's the deal, okay? Is that this show is only made possible by support over at patreon.com/limitbreakradio. If you don't know who we are as individuals, we are hosts for the enormously popular Limit Break Radio talk show, a Final Fantasy XIV talk show.
They're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that enjoys very enthusiastic support, and our audience has come out and said, we want you to talk about video games, and that's what this show is for. So thank you for checking this out. I hope that you have been checking out our full shows over at our brand new website, FinalEncountercast.com. But this show does not become a weekly show like Limit Break Radio is until we reach a certain funding threshold at patreon.com/limitbreakradio. So if you like this show, if you want to see it continue, if you want to support us in what we do at Limit Break Radio or Final Encountercast, head on over to patreon.com/limitbreakradio and give just a little bit of your support, and we'll be able to bring this show one step closer to a weekly show, much like Limit Break Radio is. But our aim with this show is we have shows like Kinda Funny Games and ETC News. We have those shows set squarely in our sights because you know what? For all of those, and those are good shows, don't get me wrong, but for all of the good things that those shows have, they've got, thick Rolodexes of industry names and friends that they can rely on for insider scoops. We have, and I'm not saying that they don't, but we have the love and passion of games, and we also have the almost 10 years of experience of podcasting under our belt to be able to talk about video games. So we'd like to be your source for gaming news and for gaming discussion. So check out our show over at FinalEncountercast.com. We do it a little bit more dirty. We do it a little bit more tough. We're from Detroit. That's just the way that we do. It's just the way that we do.
We do what we do because we do.
Does anyone still have a Rolodex?
We're not in New York. We're not in Hollywood. We're not. We're from Detroit, and that's what we have going for us. And if that's something that resonates with you, hit that follow button. Come back, hang out with us, and join us for the full shows. You can find more information at FinalEncountercast.com. Okay. Now, the way that we do Final Encountercast, we usually choose a couple of segments and do discussion on those, or we pick a couple of topics and do a bunch of discussion on those. That's not what we're going to be doing today. The Mini Encountercasts are to get you up to date on the latest gaming news, and for that, we rely on Callie at our news desk. Callie, what the fuck is going on, man?
Not much, and I mean that both with me and in gaming. That not much.
Even with Gamescom.
Even with Gamescom.
Well, as it turns out, Gamescom announces lots of things, none of which are important. they have plenty of stuff to announce, but it's almost all speculation, and very little of it actually has a whole lot of substance.
A lot of look forward to it.
A lot of look forward to it. A lot of, hey, we had this idea. What do y'all think? That said, we've gotten some of the bigger things narrowed down, and maybe some things that might actually be worth mentioning. So, first up in gaming, we've got PS Now is now available on the Vita. So if you care about PS Now, I warned you, dude. I warned you.
This is what's sad is that this is the only significant piece of Vita news in almost a year and a half, 2 years.
Yep.
I mean, there's not even any notable titles that are coming out for the Vita. I sincerely hope that this doesn't qualify as supporting the Vita. I hope that Sony doesn't trot this out as, oh, this is the way that we're supporting the Vita from now on. Go fuck yourself, man. The Vita is a great platform that is just wasted.
Sorely underused.
Wasted.
Absolutely.
And all of this remote play garbage that they seem to be pushing as like, oh, this is the thing that we're doing to make this system relevant, to make this, like $300 that you dropped on this system relevant. Well, you know what? I try again, Sony. Let's get some decent titles. I don't even care if they're HD reboots or not reboots, but HD like HD remakes. Like those P4 was great. Persona 4 was great on the Vita.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
lot
waiting for something to make me buy it though. Like if they had put Final Fantasy Type 0 on the Vita like I thought they were, since it was initially for PSP, I was planning to buy a Vita just for that.
Like they were originally going to. They were originally going to put Type 0 on the Vita. I agree. I would have bought the shit out of that for my Vita. Not going to play it on a console though. Just not. I mean, I don't have that much interest in it.
I bought it. I haven't played it yet, but there was a lot of camera issues that they did patch. So it's a port. So.
Yeah, I don't know. The Vita for me, like, it's always been a cool system to look at, but I've never found any justifiable reason to purchase it.
I love mine. I absolutely love my
It just
Vita.
needs that one game. Like, I bought my PSP for Crisis Core. I know you guys don't like it, but I bought my PSP just for Crisis Core, and and then it solidified, and then I bought more things for it after that point. But there hasn't been that one game that's like, you need a Vita just to play this.
That's a good point, Nate. Like, I bought my 3DS literally for Bravely Default. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why I bought the 3DS. So I guess
Fair.
maybe you're right. It needs that one game that everyone's like, well, okay, I got to play this.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Wii
fair.
U for Smash Brothers.
There you go.
I'll buy the Wii U when
And
the new
Bayonetta
Zelda
2.
comes out. That's when I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Destiny is about to become less awful, supposedly. They're hoping to go the Diablo 3 route and have their game become not shitty after the first expansion drops. When the Taken King expansion comes out, they're going to be switching to a straight EXP system instead of using the light system that they've been using, which apparently everyone freaking hated.
Well, not only that, but apparently they're also getting rid of Peter Dinklage's
voice acting.
lackluster voice
revoicing
acting.
him.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's kind of interesting.
I have to wonder how they made Peter Dinklage hate himself so much to do a lackluster voiceover.
Well, I don't know. Peter Dinklage gets all this credit from Game of Thrones, but you know what? I don't necessarily think he's that great of an actor, guys.
I think he is on that
think
show.
on
I
the
just
show
haven't seen him
he's
anything
great.
else I've liked him
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, he was in that movie Penelope. That movie
Yeah.
was a fucking train wreck.
Do you think that maybe Game of Thrones is just kind of where he found that role that spoke to him? And
Yeah. Not only that, but I think Game of Thrones brings out good performances in people.
I also kind of feel like maybe they had just kind of gotten him as a big name, and they didn't like. Maybe it was just a rushed performance too. Like, he just kind of came into the lines, pieced out, didn't have a lot of time to learn the role. I don't know,
man. He was also in that Pixels movie, and that thing.
Okay, come on.
That's the movie.
You could have
I don't
had
think that has
the-
anything to do with him.
You could have had the 4 greatest actors in history playing those roles, and it would not have saved that abomination.
I can't understand why he agreed to do that. I don't understand why Josh Gad agreed to do that.
It had something to do with a large sack of money.
Yeah. Okay.
And it being offered to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone has that fondness for the old video games. Like, who doesn't want to fight Pac-Man with a machine gun? I don't know.
We're going to make a great movie about video games you used to play when you were a kid. No, you're not. Give me the money.
It's, I don't know. With Adam Sandler at the helm, my expectations are so low that it's just, there was no way that it could have been good.
Yeah.
I used to really like Adam Sandler.
Everyone did.
Because he used to make funny movies back when it was Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, and
Hell, The Wedding
that's
Singer.
it.
I liked that one.
yeah, The Wedding Singer was pretty good. Anger Management was it was
watchable.
It was passable.
Mr. Deeds was watchable.
Well, there was
Waterboy. The Waterboy was a great movie.
Waterboy wasn't bad. What was the other one where he was Nicky?
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky.
And
yeah.
Big Daddy was also
But I
pretty
liked
decent.
Big Daddy wasn't
First
bad.
Dates. That was cute.
And then came Click, and
That was the beginning of the downfall.
Then things started to get really, really grim.
Don't forget, you don't mess with the Zohan.
Oh God, yes,
Everyone
that was
forgets
terrible.
that shit fest.
That
of a
was
movie.
terrible. Oh my God,
And Zoolander. That was a good movie.
he wasn't in that.
Something About Mary.
You're thinking of Ben Stiller.
They're not the same person?
No.
I don't know where you're going with that. I'm going to let you dangle on that one. What?
Didn't he have a role in that one movie, Kill Bill, as like one of the main protagonists?
No.
What is going on?
Who is he comparing him to?
I have no. What is?
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of Morgan Freeman
Morgan Freeman wasn't in that either.
in Kill Bill.
No, it was Samuel L. Jackson. You jerk. Morgan Freeman was not in Kill Bill.
Thanks for bringing this to a grinding halt.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Samuel L. Jackson was the organ player. He died. Shocker.
You know what I should do? I should mute your microphone and let you just dangle on camera. That's what I should do.
Anyway, Mighty Number 9 is delayed, citing bugs, aiming for a Q1 2016 launch,
Big
and that's
Hero
not
6?
Big Hero 6. I knew it.
Yeah, that's interesting that there are delays. That game was kickstarted by the Mega, that was the original Mega Man creator.
Yes.
Yeah. That's I'm sure that's got to be disappointing to the people who gave to that Kickstarter. Hopefully it ends up becoming a good product. I think at this point a lot of people are really skeptical about how it's going to end up turning out. So
How
we'll
long
see.
ago did they announce that Kickstarter?
Oh, that was a while ago now.
It was a long time ago.
Over a year now, right?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
Bloodstained, the spiritual successor to Castlevania, which was super successfully kickstarted by series creator Koji Igarashi, will have cross-play support between PC and Xbox One versions.
that's interesting.
Yes,
That's-
that was surprising to me.
That's pretty interesting. Is there another console game that we can name that has that kind of cross-platform functionality outside of, obviously like Final Fantasy 14, but
I don't think it. Wait, can you play Final Fantasy 14 on the Xbox One? I don't think.
well,
you can.
no. But what I'm saying is that console users and PC users end up playing in a unified world. Is there another game that does that?
Oh, you mean as in literally they can play with each other,
Right.
They're really. I mean, I was
That's
talking
not
about this
common.
recently. That like even
No.
all the new games coming out. Like we were talking about MGO and how if you want to play, we either have to both get PC or both get PS4s, and we only have one PS4.
Right.
So like trying to figure out how to play that together, we can't get both because it's not going to cross platforms. So I don't know any other games other than these MMOs that do that.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely that's kind of a cool feature.
Yeah, that is very cool.
yeah.
Something that we don't see a lot of. If there are games that do it, I don't know them. One for you here, Nate. Killer Instinct Season 3 announced for the Xbox One, and Rash from Battletoads is a confirmed character.
I was
for
wondering
this.
where you were going with that because I was like, Killer Instinct. Okay, well, fine. The last Killer Instinct was pretty okay.
No, Rash
but
from Battletoads.
Rash from Battletoads
confirmed as a character.
I'm into that.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm way the fuck into that.
That is 6-year-old Callie all over again. Like Battletoads was the shit.
I played the shit out of some Battletoads.
I lost friendships playing that game.
That game was just way too hard.
That game was so
Now,
hard.
were you playing it single player or multiplayer? Because it's harder multiplayer.
It doesn't matter. It's still
True,
hard.
It's still hard no matter
That
what.
shit is ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, I like that. I'm excited for that. That might get me to check out Killer Instinct.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely worth checking out. I think that's a really cool throwback character to pick up that a lot of people probably haven't given much thought to in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. Insider leak from Konami reporting that work conditions there are, quote, draconian and terrible. Which that is one very descriptive word and one very not descriptive word.
Yes.
After you use the word draconian, do you really need to say terrible?
That's true. It is a bit redundant at that point.
Are they saying that you get to work with dragons? Because that would be pretty cool.
No, they're saying it's awful and medieval.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's things seem very grim over at Konami. It makes me wonder if Kojima's exit was him sort of reading the sands and making the exit himself, or if he was forced out, like a lot of people have been claiming that he was. The split seems to be for the best, though. It seems like Konami is really intent on killing the legacy of their own company, which is really, really disappointing.
Yeah, because that is a great legacy to have. If they would just ride off into the sunset with that legacy, they would be looked back on very fondly. And they're just doing everything they can to kill it.
There's not many companies like that left. You know what I mean? Like Atari is a shadow of its former self.
Right. How many games can you or game companies can you literally think of that you think oh yeah, good stuff like Rareware is just a shadow. Midway I think of fondly, I guess, but
SNK is another infamous one that got stripped and sold.
Capcom bleeding out.
Capcom's not doing great, but I don't think that
they still make games though.
They're not actively bastardizing their IPs for pachinko machines, which I think is really I think that's really sad.
Yeah.
Just to say Nintendo is still kicking strong.
Okay, fair. Well, I don't know if I'd say kicking strong.
Well, still a game company. How about that?
They're treading water.
We have consoles.
They're still a game company. I don't know. I don't know if I would
consoles.
even. I don't even know. They're on life support. I think they may be.
I think life support's a little overstating it. I don't know about that.
3DS is killing it.
Yeah. Okay, but they're
let's not talk about console.
The ground that the Wii U makes up is just incredible. The amount that they spent developing that, putting it out, and then having it flop as phenomenally as it did. Why did they ever think that naming it the Wii U was a good business plan?
I wonder the same thing about the Wii.
That is an indefensible. That is an indefensible naming choice. I do agree with you there. So
in related news to Konami being a nightmare, Metal Gear Online, the MGS5 online component, has been delayed. The PC port, however, has been pushed up, and now they're going to have a simultaneous release September 1st.
Oh, I wonder why it's been delayed.
Yeah, what might have happened there?
You open up a studio for the sole purpose of developing the online portion of your game, and then almost not even 3 months after that, the parent company of the whole fucking thing starts cannibalizing itself. Of course it's going to be delayed. I wouldn't be surprised if they had to move the development back to Koji Pro, what's left of Koji Pro proper.
The PC one's coming out. It's the PlayStation one that's coming later, the console ones.
Still though, that I have no doubt that if Konami had continued to support the AAA game development, that delay would not have ever happened. But I don't know if you have this marked down on the news, Callie, or not. But another notable piece of information is that Kojima and Guillermo del Toro still have intentions on working together for something.
We talked about that last week.
We did. Yeah, we did. That's right. We did. With that still kind of floating out there, it remains to be seen whether that would be a movie or a game. But
Right.
with that still floating out there, it gives, people who were so impressed by what the Silent Hill demo had to offer, they can still kind of hold out some hope that there's going to be some sort of creativity to come out of those two dudes.
And lastly, there was a Dark Souls 3 gameplay trailer released. It appears to play a lot faster than the other Dark Souls games have, or other games in that series. Looks like they are drawing on what they learned from Bloodborne. So
Yeah, Bloodborne, I think, was a step in the right direction for them, that they had fixed a lot of the issues that Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 had. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they continue that formula. Because that's super challenging gameplay, an emphasis on on skill and a high skill threshold and failing a lot and learning from failure. That is a big theme of those games, and seeing how they make that bigger, badder, and more awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I thought the gameplay trailer looked really cool myself. I checked it out before the show today, and I was just like, yeah, it looks awesome, looks fun. I can't wait to give it a go. And I really wish I could say that there was more in gaming news, but there's really not.
Wait, what? We're just gonna ignore the giant elephant in the room?
What's that?
That you don't
The
know
World
who
of
Samuel L.
Warcraft
Jackson
expansion?
is? Oh. Well, again.
Was that actually announced, or was it still
Legion, yes.
They announced that they're going to have another expansion. They announced some information about World of Warcraft's Legion, the next expansion.
Okay, well, Mr. World of Warcraft, tell us about it.
They're adding a Demon Hunter class.
Okay. What is that?
What was a unit in Warcraft 3 that everyone wanted to be in World of Warcraft, and they did not deliver on that until now, apparently.
Okay.
Subs drop below 6 million. Give them Demon Hunters.
Yeah. And that's all I really know.
Because that's all they really said.
Pretty much. I mean, they said the boring stuff like raids, dungeons, all the stuff you expect, leveling to 110 now.
So we'll see this expansion in 2 years?
Probably. They announced it this year. And so I'm sure they're going to have a BlizzCon about it next year. So, expect it in about 2017-ish. It sounds reasonable for World of Warcraft.
Person in the chat points out Demon Hunter was in Diablo. Different thing, I was informed.
Yes.
Teddy in the chat also points out the artifact weapons. You were actually talking about that earlier.
Yeah. They're taking a page out of Final Fantasy XIV's book in that they're going to have artifact weapons, which... they are
actually
very
lore.
They're
weaponry.
lore relative. So as a paladin, you get the Ashbringer that some big paladin has. If you,
but that's
But
the
the problem
thing.
is that someone has that weapon in the
that's
story.
what I was going to say. Is that I mean,
I don't know.
Uther does have
And the-
Ashbringer, and it's like, so you theoretically could walk past and be like, "Sup, bro," and you got his sword out.
Yeah, and from what I saw, they had different recolors of the weapons too. Maybe based on your spec or whatever. But I saw a purple Ashbringer and an orange Ashbringer.
Come get your orange Ashbringer now, only $9.99.
Yeah, maybe you have to buy it through their micro shop or something. Fuck it. I don't know. But yeah,
it's all going to hell.
If anyone actually cares about World of Warcraft, there you go.
So okay, there's your World of Warcraft news, I guess.
Yeah, no,
pretty much.
That's the bulk of most everything that's been going on in terms of video game news. Again, this is just a mini Encountercast, not the full Final Encountercast show. If you'd like to go check out a full episode of Final Encountercast, those are available to download over at our website, finalencountercast.com. This show will hit finalencountercast.com as of tomorrow. All Final Encountercast episodes come out on Monday, and we're going to continue to try to do this show each and every single week after Limit Break Radio on twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio as a way to keep our Final Encountercast audience up with the latest that's going on in video game news. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. It's been exciting to have this inaugural episode of the mini Encountercast. I don't know if that's what I'm actually gonna end up.
Sticks though. It has a ring.
It does. It kind of works.
I like it.
The final encounter and the mini.
And I enjoy that we have some more
Or the
technical
mid
issues,
encounter.
like always.
Yes.
This show is cursed.
Yes. To go along with the mini Encountercast, we've also encountered the final Encountercast curse. So that I guess if you like technical problems, that's another reason to tune into the show. Now, we hope that you enjoy the show and we'll check out a full episode. Our next full episode of Final Encountercast is going to be going down sometime in August or September, guys. I want to say that our last show it happened right at the end of July, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna say towards the end of August is
Late
going to
August,
late August is going to be the next episode of Final Encountercast. So we hope that you will hang out and join us for that here live on twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio and over at our brand new website at finalencountercast.com. Again, I'd like to thank my co-hosts, Christoph and Callie and Nika, and I just realized that my naming frame, I have Robbie
Nate
listed.
and Robbie?
I have Robbie listed in my
empty chair
in my
over
name
there.
frame, and
What an asshole.
He took off. He could not be here today, unfortunately, but he'll probably be around for the next episode. So join us next week following Limit Break Radio for the next episode of the Mini Encountercast. Again, check out our website at finalencountercast.com. My name's Nate. Thanks for checking out the show. Catch you next time.